Today I am going to announce that I'm going to be a candidate for Clerk of Circuit Court for Augusta County, and that I will not be seeking re-election to the House of Delegates representing the 25th District.
It's official. Republican Delegate Steve Landis has tossed his hat in the ring to run for Augusta County Clerk of Court. He admits it was a quick decision.
Well, I did not know that Mrs. Bridge, our current clerk, was going to retire, and she's decided to step down in April. And so I found that out on Tuesday, but now there's no one in the office that's expressed an interest. So I started talking to folks and said, is this something that you think I could do or would be good for the county? And I got a good positive response.
One of the first people Landis consulted with about running was his wife, Angela.
We got married in October of 1994, and he announced for the General Assembly in April of 1995, so it's been our whole life.
She has stood by her husband's side while Landis served 20 years as a delegate for the 25th House District. When he told her his plans to continue in politics, she says she was excited. But she recalled how his civil service sometimes cost the family private time.
I was really delighted. Our son is in junior high, and he is doing a lot of things. One of the things that just broke my heart was the fact that when my son ran in the state tournament or meet for indoor track, Steve was not able to be there because the General Assembly was still meeting.
Landis says if elected, he will be able to spend more time with his family.
Yes, much more. I wouldn't be going to Richmond in January and February and March, and to be honest, that is something that she found from the standpoint of being home more, something that would be very good.
He explained how his political plans changed overnight.
It was one of those things. On Monday, I was planning on running for re-election to the House of Delegates. On Tuesday, though, I'd started thinking, is there something else that I could do from a public service standpoint in the future? And I think this will be a good opportunity for me to continue to serve and to do it in a new and different way, but at the same time, to be able to contribute to the community and give something back.
WSVA reporter Carl Magenhofer questioned Landis about the Clerk of Court reportedly receiving a $100,000 pension.
I have to ask, social media, I don't know if it was last night or this morning, Richmond Times-Dispatch characterized this as a pension move.
Well, I think you have to ask whether it's somebody who's serving in the office or someone who's serving in local government or state government decides to run for an office like that. I mean, do they make the decision just because they're concerned about their retirement? I don't think so. I think they're looking for what can they do in that office and how can they serve people. These are elected positions. Nothing's guaranteed.
I spoke with a couple of Landis supporters. Chaz Haywood is the Clerk of Circuit Court in Rockingham County in the city of Harrisonburg.
Steve Landis has given a lot of himself, personally and his family time as well, to go off to represent many of us in Richmond for many years. I think the opportunity for Steve to come back and really focus on a local office, he has amazing leadership abilities. He knows how to run paper. He runs through the government cycle, which we all know is a bit of a mess. And Steve will just be a great advocate. I think Steve recognizes the need for more technological enhancements. He's a great fiscal agent. Being fiscally responsible, he knows how to do that in Richmond, and he's proven that, and that is really important in the Clerk of the Circuit Court position.
Danny Link says he knows Landis is a good fit for the Clerk of Court position.
Well, I've known Steve for a number of years. Even before he was running, even before he was went to Richmond, I've known him. And he's always been a fair person that I've known. He's been fiscally conservative, and so that's what I'm appreciative of. And he's done, from what I consider, a pretty good job down in Richmond.
Last year, the Virginia General Assembly publicly battled over drawing constitutional redistrict lines. Landis says legislators have developed a better way of creating a fair map.
I do think the Independent Redistricting Commission compromise that we came up with this year hopefully would move forward through the next General Assembly session. And I do think for folks running for House of Delegates, either side, people need to ask them whether they support that or not, because I do think it's a good reform and it's a good compromise. It includes involvement by the General Assembly. That's always been my concern, but it also has members of the average citizens that are involved in that process too, which I think would be good.
According to Landis, there are a couple of people interested in running for his delegate seat.
I am not endorsing anybody at this point. I think it's up to the citizens. I've been very fortunate to have their support for 20 plus years. I think the Republicans and Democrats need to select their candidates, and then those two need to compete and decide, the citizens need to decide who would be best representing them. I am going to be supporting the Republican candidate because I know at least two of the folks that are running and think they would, either one of them would do a great job, and there may be more. And I think they would do a better job than the individuals that have expressed an interest on the other side.
In Verona, Elaine Rackley for Breaking Through News.